Queensland Premier will order fixed nurse-to-resident ratios in state-owned aged care homes and name and shame private facilities which fail to self-report. The changes come a week after 71 residents were abandoned at a Gold Coast facility. Anna Rawlings is live at State Parliament for us. And Anna, the Premier certainly taking a strong stance on this issue.
That's right, Liz. The Labor government will pass new laws that will effectively require Queensland's 16 aged care homes to introduce a minimum standard of care, and that will see that works out to the equivalent of 7 patients per nurse over a 24-hour shift. Under these laws, the aged care homes will also be required to report their nurse-to-resident ratios every quarter, and that will come into effect by the end of the year. Now, the Premier says she understands she can't force private facilities to do that, but she has vowed to name and shame them. Her words were, "We need to stop this rot." She was, of course, talking in the wake of the shock closure of a Gold Coast nursing home. The nursing wing of the Earlhaven Retirement Village suddenly shut down late last Thursday evening. The Queensland Nurses Union is claiming there was just one nurse on duty at the time, and paramedics had to be called in to help evacuate these residents. Now, that was effectively over a contract dispute between a subcontractor who were providing carers for the facility as well as the owners, and that is still ongoing. There's also claims from families that they were still being billed after the closure. We heard from the subcontractor earlier this week who said they are refunding that money, but certainly there are still big questions being asked there. The Earlhaven Retirement Village is privately owned, so is under the jurisdiction of the federal government, which is also probing the issue, and there is a meeting being held there on the Gold Coast later today to help start giving these families some answers. Liz?